Hello. Welcome to the channel. I'm aiming to hit 300 subscribers. Help me. Can you help me by subscribing and leaving a like? La Liga racism issue set to force Jude Bellingham to U-turn on Real Madrid transfer. Jeremy Cross column: Jude Bellingham could make quite a statement if he did a U-turn and snubbed Real Madrid after Valencia fans racially abused Vinicius Jr. at the weekend. It would be quite a statement from a footballer. Jude Bellingham makes an about-turn and snubs move to Real Madrid, because Spanish football is rife with racism. Imagine the impact this would have on the biggest club in the world, La Liga bosses, and the game in general. It would be the kind of symbolic action that proves that those with the power to make change happen will do whatever it takes to eradicate the cancer of discrimination. A footballer many believe will become the best in the world puts his conscience before his career to stand up to racists. Reports say that Bellingham's dad Mark likes to have a big influence on all the big decisions made about what his son does next. And what her son seems poised to do is make a living in a country where racism seems institutionalized. The problem is not just restricted to fans. La Liga bosses investigate the incidents and report them to the police, but then the trail starts to go cold as the Spanish judicial system cites a lack of evidence and dismisses the cases. If that's not a crime in itself, then what is? Bellingham is still a teenager and won't turn 20 until the end of next month. But he is old enough to appreciate just how terrible what happened to real superstar Vinicius Jr. at Valencia was. The Brazilian is one of the best on the planet. But that doesn't make him immune to a constant barrage of cretinous abuse that has left him on the verge of leaving Real. Because he also has black skin, Vinicius has already been abused 10 times in various stadiums in Spain. Last Sunday, he decided enough was enough and took matters into his own hands after monkey chants and gestures directed at him inside the Mestalla, as he tried to drag the referee behind the goal where he had identified a fan abusing him. His emotional state, understandably, remained high for the rest of the game, until a fight between the two teams in stoppage time resulted in Vinicius being sent off. He became a victim, for having the audacity to complain by pointing out the perpetrators. This could be Bellingham next season. Shaming in Spain has been going on for decades, so there's no chance things will change before he arrives in the capital in a few months' time, despite all the fines, stadium closures, apologies and widespread victim support. And the most damning scenario of all when it comes to football is that when Bellingham looks around for alternative options, he will find similar narratives elsewhere. Gareth Southgate has always said that we shouldn't throw stones at glass houses, because English football still has a racist problem of its own to fight and crack down on. Last week, Sheffield Wednesday boss Darren Moore was the victim of appalling online discrimination after a game in Peterborough. In countries like Italy and Germany, so-called ultras continue to plague football with incidents of fanaticism of the worst kind. Bellingham might argue that turning his back on a move to Real would be like admitting defeat in the toughest battle of all, but he hasn't gone through what Vinicius has gone through. Therefore, he forgets to leave the field when the abuse happens. We'll see someone like Bellingham walk away from a dream move to another club, so football can finally decide to resolve its own crisis. Hope you enjoyed the video. Imagine you don't hire a football star because of constant racism. Leave your opinion in the comments. If you came here, leave your like and subscribe to the channel.